The purpose of this video is to show you how to log into your Raz Kids. So every day this week, I'm having them, or every day probably for the rest of kindergarten, they're going to be having to log in and do a book in Raz Kids. So I'm in the backpack under class link, and then find the icon that says Reading A to Z and click on that. That's going to open up the app. And once you're in here, first we're going to have to log in, kids log in. I believe the first time you do it, they're going to ask for my username. So that's on the little password code card that I dojoed you. And it's right here, the NLE00. So once you do it the first time, I don't think you'll have to type it in anymore. So you're going to find your child. So I'm going to go under my daughter, Reese. Click on her. You'll have to find their password. Click on their little icon for their password. And then once you're in, they're always going to do the reading planet. So go to the reading planet. And then the first thing you need to do, there's a couple of things that you could do, but the first one we always have to do is my assignments. That's where I put in the book that will be at their reading level. So on Monday, you'll start with about 5 to 6, maybe 4. It just depends on where I have you reading at. So Reese has all 5 of these books. She doesn't have to read them all today on Monday, but she can choose and do 1 or 2 today. The idea is you'll do like 1 book a day. And if you see down here, we can listen to it, we can read it. And then this question mark, if that's lit up, there'll be a little quiz at the end of the story. So when they advance into the different levels, there'll be quizzes that they can take at the end of the story as well. So for today, let's just say Reese wants to read this story. You can more than likely just go ahead and just listen to the story, but I also want you to practice reading it. So if you want to listen to it first, they can go ahead and listen to it, and then also click the book so that they can practice reading it on their own as well. So they'll go ahead and I'll just click read, and you'll just go through the story and they can just practice reading the story. And then they can go back, and if they want to do another story today, have them do another story. Maybe they'll want to listen to this one. So every day I want them to log in and do a story or 2. It depends on, how much time you have, how much they like to do this. I do, the goal is by the end of the week on Friday, they will be an expert in all of these books and they can pick their favorite book. And I want them to read it to me by recording themselves. So let's say this was Reese's favorite book. So it's Friday. She's going to click read. You'll have to do it in the read mode. And then there's a microphone right up here. So click that microphone, and then they're going to read it out loud, and it's going to record them as they read it, and then it will send to me at the end of the story. So every Friday, I want to have 1 story read out loud to me. And then the next week, I will have about 5 new books dumped in, and we'll just keep going from there. If you have any questions, please let me know.